Hello, Supercars in Seconds here. Today an interesting vehicle. Very, very cool on the road. They're just unique shapes. Let me point it at you at it. So we have the Porsche, the Panamera, which would normally have that sloped roofline. This one's called the Sport Turismo. They basically extended that roofline to give it a lot more rear storage and practicality there. But still keeps that fun look. Very sleek still. It's not like a boxy wagon, you know. I do enjoy the fact they've kept that black Porsche wording there across the back. Panamera Turbo. The turbo gives us some extra power that we'll go into now in a minute. But really a nice car, a big car too. If you think of a BMW 7 Series, this is only about 6 inches short. It's just under 199 inches long, so a big car. 76 inches wide too, so I'll go to the front here and have a look at that. There you go, very much a Porsche look to that. I do like these intakes down below and so on, and some lovely creasing in the hood. Something Porsche does very well with their metallic paints is give you lines to change the way the metallic paint looks. So the real thing with this big car is the practicality, of course. So if I open up this door, you can see we have our effective 4-seater, but I guess a fifth person could sit in the middle there. If I reach behind this headrest, I got a little button there to fold the sort of 40 and 20 part of it down. Now I'll go round to the back, and just underneath the sort of M of panel, there it is, a little button there, opens that up for us. And look at this. That's a big area, you know, from here all the way up to there. My guess is 7 feet, maybe almost 8 feet. And again, nice storage areas either side down in the trunk. Going back to my golf clubs, they do fit, that's great. But very, very flat compared to the regular Panamera, which doesn't go quite this flat on the regular car. It is the little details that makes these cars very special, meaning that the finishes or the way the seatbelt is surrounded there, these buttons and switchgear, it's all very high quality. Seat heating in the rear, of course. But look at even the leathers on the back of the seat. How this little pass through. Yes, it's a more practical car, but it still has its very much sporting personality. Lovely carbon in the rear door as well, leather all the way down. Open up the front. I do like the black pack this one has with those blacked out accents. Look at that inside, very sleek, all glossy and very, very nice. The seat heat, the controls here go in every direction possible, of course. An obvious picture of the seat, but this little one here is fun. If you watch the front part here, I can stretch that out without any creasing in the leather, just to give you a bit more thigh support. A nice design. I enjoy the big quad pipes, just very, very cool. And a lot of nice sculpting around the body, the way they blend in that tag area and so on. Very, very nice. And these scoops very much reminds me of the sort of 911 type family look to it, just stretched out. It's very clever design. Little air curtain taking some pressure from out of that wheel arch and down this channel in the car. So first class design with a beautiful finish on this paintwork too. So under that beautiful Porsche badge, let's open this up and have a look inside. Gosh, very impressive. So Porsche 4-litre V8 turbocharged engine there. You can see all the stuff going on back here. Very much a race car look to it, even though we got that practicality of the shape of this car. Excuse the wind, it is very windy today. I will go through the horsepower a few times, but 550 horsepower in this, guys. 567 pounds of torque, driving all 4 wheels through an 8-speed dual clutch. So driver's eye view is a very first class look to the car. You'll notice these seats are very much sports car seats. Even in the back there, really, really nice. And we'll have a look in the very back, because of course, being the Sport Turismo, almost like a station wagon in a way, but a very sleek look to it. I do like this, the sort of traditional Porsche 5-gauge look. Very much sort of reminiscent of the older 911s and so on. But the only actual gauge is that one, the tachometer. Says turbo in it, so that keeps me happy, you know. Now these right 2 screens, over here's a screen, there's a screen. The right 2 screens here, I can move it with this little wheel here. If I just scroll it down, I can then have my navigation just almost in my sight, rather than having to look across there, you know. So it's really, you can pick and choose the way it looks, but I do like that very traditional Porsche look. Looking further into the center console, I love how everything's so glossy. This particular one's got the carbon fiber everywhere, of course. But these lovely glossy displays. You've got heated and cooled seats, and you just touch on it. And then you can touch it again and lower the temperatures and so on. But really nice sort of haptic feel to it, like the screen rocks as you touch it. I've got everything in sort of sport at the moment. But really a nice look inside the car. You got your sport chrono up there, and everything's leather wrapped. The beautiful contrast stitching, of course, which kind of matches the lower leather down in the seat. So really a nice experience, and just beautifully made, like all Porsche cars. As you start driving, then the feeling of quality, the steering wheel is super, super soft leather. It's a rock solid feel that's just that modern Porsches just have. It's a feeling that they're made of one big piece of metal, you know. It's like a very solid car to drive. So pulling away, the 8-speed dual clutch that this one has really is nice. It works well with this 4-litre V8, so twin turbo, and 550 horsepower. Lots of the Porsche cars are very powerful, but the fun thing about this with the 8-speed and the all-wheel drive is you got 567 pounds of torque, a red line at 7,000, but you get all the torque from just under 2,000, 1,950 revs approximately. The full torque is there. So it's just like a flat line across, and it pushes on you really, really hard. It doesn't have so much of a turbo feel like a lot of cars these days, frankly. They've tried to eliminate that sort of sudden whoosh, which did make wheel spin many, many years ago in the cars. But I'll hit it pretty hard here, man, and she just goes. Really amazing performance for a big, heavy car. Okay, so we're going to mess around with the modes now with this little wheel here. Started from the 918, I guess, where they had this little adjustment. It's rather nice. Good, nice, clear backup camera, almost high definition there. It's very cool. This is a good idea here. This little section opens up to store your cell phone. It's deep enough that your phone won't rock around. Got a little button under here. You got your cup holders. This little button opens up, and we got some 12-volt power and USB, etc. Not that big, but I think sunglasses would fit in there and so on. Close him back down. So we've got our mode adjuster here, so we're in the regular drive mode. Let's put it into sport. Ooh, I just heard my exhaust open up a little more. You might see it there. When I take it into sport, if you watch, it's going to lower the suspension just a little bit. Oh, I can see there's a picture of the car, look, going down. I can feel it moving. And it really hunkers this vehicle down, ready to go into Batman's corner. So here she is in the standard sort of and sport mode. Now I'll show you what she's like in the Sport Plus mode. So there she is in the lower mode, the Sport Plus mode. She lowers right down on the front there, really a much more aggressive look at Sport Plus. Okay, so we're in Sport Plus. I'm going to pull back on the lever, go into drive, and let's go down to old Batman's corner. I'm excited about this. All right, let's hit it. Amazing transmission. Just over 3 seconds, 3.2 to 60 miles an hour. Let's see what she's like through here. Boy, it's alive. Good feel to it. A little bit of rock there. Let's hit it. Very, very powerful. Enormous brakes. Over 16 inches on the front, 15 inches rear. Let's try them out. Yeah, very good. Nice spongy pedal there as you start to hit it, and then the more you go into the pad, the better the feel is. Really a very dynamic car for where the shape might not make you think it is. This thing rocks. All right, so coming down at ludicrous speed. This is a quick car. It really is the opposite of what I was expecting to drive. You know, having driven a lot of Porsche cars through my career, the 911 cars in particular feel very alive, very dynamic, and they follow your inputs very well. This is better than I thought. I frankly think it's one of the better cars they make, because the regular Panamera, you're expecting it to be more like a sedan. This, they seem to have made more of a sporting personality in it. It really has been a lot of fun to drive. These lovely glossy switches and so on. It's all first class in its as an experience to drive. And I would recommend trying the car. The power is fun. I mean, 8 seconds to 100 miles an hour with a 4,400 pound car is very, very impressive. That's been a treat. Very, very impressed. You got our little X LEDs, nice looking. The big 21-inch wheel on this one. I think it's a 275, yeah, 275 front tire. So that's pretty cool. Out the back here, they've gone a little bit bigger. They got it's a 315 on the back there. That big, I'd mentioned the caliper a minute ago, and the big brake, 16.1 inches on that big rotor. Bear in mind, it's a 21-inch wheel, and that caliper almost touches it. Really very impressive to drive. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Be a part of this. There's some crazy cars we've done on the channel. Just go back through our history and see some of the fun cars we've done. Please leave a comment if you'd like to. Ask any questions on this car. This is about a 20,000 mile car that's just arrived here at Dimmitt. We would look forward to you being a part of the channel. Thanks very much for watching.